Surface, WWE suddenly has a lot to deal with. Let me break it down. Here's the bad news straight up. SummerSlam 2026 is supposed to be the biggest party of the summer. Instead, it's turned into the story nobody at WWE wants to talk about out loud. The company is struggling to sell 2 nights worth of tickets for SummerSlam at the beginning of August at the US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, and there is internal concern about it. This isn't a rumor that popped up overnight either. Struggling ticket sales weren't a recent revelation. It's been a hot topic for around a month. And when Dave Meltzer starts reporting on it in the Wrestling Observer, you know it's serious. Meltzer reported that Night 1 had sold 22,069 tickets, and Night 2 had sold 21,731. Now compare that to what the building can actually hold. The stadium can hold around 67,000 people. Do the math, that's less than a third full, weeks out from showtime. Those in WWE weren't expecting SummerSlam to sell out. The current ticket sales are likely lower than officials would like. That's the corporate way of saying this is a problem, and it's not getting better fast. According to a report from WrestleTix, WWE stood at an estimated 27,275 tickets distributed for Night 1, and 26,811 distributed for Night 2. A small bump, sure, but still nowhere close to where a show of this size needs to be with the clock running out. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable for Triple H specifically. He's the one running creative. He's the one who greenlit Minneapolis, and he's the one who has to watch this number get compared night after night to what happened just 12 months ago. Last year's SummerSlam, held at New Jersey's MetLife Stadium, pulled 53,161 and then 60,561 across both nights, for a combined total of 113,722. That wasn't a fluke either. SummerSlam 2021 brought in 51,000. 2022 had over 48,000. 2023's event 51,000. 2024 had a massive 57,000. And 2025's 2-night event saw 53,000 and 60,000 respectively, every single year going up. Then 2026 hits, and suddenly, SummerSlam 2026 is struggling to even get over 25,000 a night. That's not a dip, that's a cliff. So why is this happening now of all years? It's not like the card is empty. WWE has thrown some of its biggest possible matchups at this thing. CM Punk is expected to be a central figure after winning the undisputed WWE Championship, while Roman Reigns is lined up to defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins. On paper, that's a stacked marquee. In practice, fans just aren't biting. And it's not just wrestling media noticing. Wrestlers themselves are starting to react publicly. AJ Styles was asked about it directly on his own podcast, and he didn't sugarcoat it. He said flatly that it doesn't sound like things are going very well for the company right now, before catching himself and noting that 20,000 people is still, at the end of the day, a lot of people in a building. Well, it doesn't sound like they're doing very well, but it is 20,000 people. That's a WWE Hall of Famer on record calling it out. That's the setup, that's the worst fear Triple H just confirmed with his own silence and WWE's own numbers. A show that's supposed to sell itself that isn't selling. But to understand how a company goes from 6 years of growth to this in the span of 12 months, you have to look at what's actually driving fans away, and it's not just one thing, it's a pileup. So if the matches are big, why aren't people buying? The first and most obvious answer, the price of admission has gotten out of hand. Let's talk numbers again because they tell the story better than any hot take. As of recent checks via Ticketmaster, the cheapest tickets for Night 1 and Night 2 of SummerSlam, without including fees, are $76 per night, with the cheapest combination ticket allowing admission for both nights sitting at $152. And those prices are for seats in the very upper level of the stadium, nosebleeds. Not floor seats, not even mid-tier, the literal top row, and it's still costing triple digits for the pair. Now stack that against what's happened to WWE pricing since the ownership change. TKO has faced significant criticism for increasing ticket prices since the WWE-UFC merger was completed in September 2023. And this isn't just fan grumbling, there's actual data behind it. WrestleNomics analyst Brandon Thurston revealed data showing that WWE ticket prices have nearly doubled since TKO took ownership. Doubled, not up 10%, not up 20, doubled. And WWE fans have noticed the pattern extending beyond just SummerSlam. This isn't isolated to one bad summer. WWE made headlines earlier this year, with reports it struggled to move tickets for WrestleMania 42. The second consecutive year, the event was run at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So the company's two biggest shows of the calendar year, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, have both hit soft ticket demand within months of each other. That's not a coincidence, that's a trend. Writers covering the business have started connecting the dots publicly. One breakdown of the situation laid out the reasoning bluntly. WWE's ticket prices have soared in recent years. International fans are less likely to travel for WWE's biggest events. And two-night events are harder to justify buying for WWE audiences. That last point matters more than people give it credit for. A two-night commitment isn't just double the ticket price, it's double the hotel, double the travel days, double the time off work. For a lot of fans, especially those flying in from outside the country, that math just doesn't work anymore the way it used to. One columnist put it plainly, saying one of the biggest issues, which has been ongoing for the last year, is WWE's sky-high ticket prices. Not a factor, one of the biggest. When the people who cover this industry for a living start using language like that, it's not fringe opinion anymore, it's becoming the consensus explanation. And here's the thing that makes this sting even more for Triple H and WWE brass. The audience showed up for this exact format just 1 year ago, same two-night structure, same stadium concept. And it worked spectacularly. So the format itself isn't the problem, something changed in how fans feel about paying for it this time around. Which brings us to the second theme in this mess, because ticket prices alone don't explain a drop this steep. If people love the product enough, they'd find a way to pay for it anyway. Wrestling fans have proven that for decades. Something else has shifted. And that something else is happening every single week on television, whether fans are watching live in a stadium or not. Here's where it gets bigger than just SummerSlam, because the ticket problem isn't really a